So who's going to have access to viewing the status of the PRA? And the reason that I'm asking this question is that it's going to be important for those people that get phone calls. For example, Nancy may get phone calls about PRAs. Is she going to have access to viewing this particular database so she can properly answer someone's question?
So this record is all public. So anyone in public will be able to go and see those PRA record and see where those status are. Because once I release a public record, it's available for everyone to see and view.
And so where could we look at these public record requests? And does it have the name of the person that requested it?
Yes, it will have, we'll start the contract once, if the board approves this agenda today, we will start implementing the system. It's called just FOIA. So we will put up a website link within our district and it will be live within the next, I'll say 10 to 15 days. And then the public will be able to request those and that should be available on the open website in HLPUSD.
Okay, how far back can we add? Can we add maybe as of in a year back, 6 months
So
back?
the adding part, as I said, is manual because someone from the district will have to manually go and add them.
Yeah, well, since we already have the data, I think to start at a 6 months back, that would be a good starting point, and then maybe more over time, but to limit the additional work on your team. I have a question. Does the Board of Education need to do a PRA of our documents?
Is that a question?
Yeah.
The Board of Education can, of course, can do a PRA if you need to, or you
Do
can
we
just.
have to? Like if I want these certain questions answered about maybe specific emails of people that I thought were concerning, do I have to do a PRA for that? And what is the timeline of responding? Because within a PRA, you have 10 days, and I'm concerned of some of my emails not being responded to as a board member.
If I may, Board President, just say a few things before Mr. Roychowdhury answers the question further. With PRAs, we do not create documents. So if somebody has questions, that's not a PRA. A PRA is basically a search for documents that already exist. There are many occasions where we get somebody from the public who will say, I want the answer to, these 5 questions. And the reality is, unless there's documents that go back to those questions, we don't create new documents, as that is not a PRA. The board also.
So if I PRA'd like all the YouTube videos that we had so I could save them and then nobody responded to me, is that concerning?
Well, the board has the mechanism of using board inquiries. You could also do it that way as opposed to a PRA. So you have that option.
Okay,
well.
thank you.
But
Because
yes.
there's many items that I have requested or that I want to request, and I feel like it's very vague. I don't feel like as a board member, I should have to PRA documents. Sometimes when I do, they don't even get answers. So it's kind of a gray area. That's why I'm asking. Thank you. Mr. Kwok. Oh no, Miss Laura's hands up over there.
Just Adriana, I have a question. If you could clarify, earlier you said you were talking at the beginning, you said SLA. I'm not familiar with that term.
Of course. In business, SLA means service level agreement, which means most businesses will have an agreement with each other, like different departments. And for different type of work or inquiries, we have anywhere from a 2-day SLA to 10-day SLA. And we hold each other accountable for meeting the SLA. And that's something that I would like to see in this instance, where we have SLAs and we meet the service level agreements always.
Mr. Kwok, thank you for raising your hand.
Yeah, thank you very much. Not every PRA is going to be the same. All right, let's keep that in mind, right? Some could be overly broad, vague, ambiguous, right? But the 10 days is just a response. Hey, do we have these documents? Do we have these documents? We're going to go ahead and try to find this, or whatever the heck, whatever the case may be. So let's just try to, understand, that part of it. I'm sure that they're doing the best that they can. And as you know, our school district has been overwhelmed by these PRAs to the point that they can't even function. I mean, they're literally looking at millions of documents, right? If this helps in that process, I'm all for it. Okay? I don't need to ask, a million questions like, does it have a search query or anything like that? But what it does sound like, it's a management system that it keeps people on track to go and do that. And then by having that, it also gives us a legal defense to the allegation that we haven't properly responded to the PRA. So I'm in favor of that. Thank you very much. I yield back to you, Madam President.
Thank you. And so I think it's a great thing that we're moving forward in this direction. I think we all think it's a great thing. We want to be in legal compliance with our PRAs and we want to be transparent. So this $9,360 will be some of the best $9,360 we ever spent since I've been on the board. And hopefully we could do the same thing for the ticketing system that we had requests, which goes hand in hand with this. So unless we have additional discussion, let's go ahead and take a vote.
Mr. Delatorre?
Aye.
Ms. Loetta?
Yes.
Ms. Quinones?
Aye.
Mr. Quack?
Yes.
Ms. Serrano?
Aye, motion passes 5-0.